Hi guys, due to popular demand, today we'll be discussing available distribution channels you can consider as a filmmaker, whether you're in Nigeria or you're in Africa or you're in the world. Okay, it's literally almost the same thing, but I just want to quickly emphasize a few places so that you will have to maybe consider it when you're making your film. Like I always advise film producers and directors, before you even make your film, decide which channel that you want to distribute, and I'll be sharing a few of them, maybe say a few things about the advantage and disadvantages, the pros and cons of each channel, so that when you make your film next, you'll be able to know this is where I want to distribute, or this is where I want my film to appear. Alright, the very first one, probably the one that some people say is at the bottom in the chain of distribution, especially in Nigeria, is the VCD and DVD market. All right, before now it used to be the most popular. In fact, all the major stars or filmmakers in Nigeria that you can ever think about, whether they're actors or they're film producers or they're film directors, were made in the DVD and VCD market. If you think about any legend right now that is a legend in Nigeria today, when it comes to filmmaking, they were all made in that market, the VCD and the DVD market. So it is like the lowest in the in the chain of distribution right now because of the digital age that we are into, but it's actually one of the most important aspects of film distribution. If you're able to get a good marketer or a good distributor who knows how to get into the nooks and crannies of Nigeria, the honest truth is that you're going to make very huge return. Don't be deceived. Yes, the internet is there, people are watching films, but how many of these people that are on the internet actually watch our home movies? All right, so the majority of the people who still see our films, many of them are still relying on DVD and VCD. So you can consider that as one of your channels of distribution when you make your film next. Number two is the free to air. Everybody literally is rushing into it now. It's called the YouTube. And if you want to make a film for YouTube, let me tell you this straight up. Don't assume too much. There are people who, when they want to make a film, they'll be like, oh, I was told that when I make this movie, once it gets up to 10,000 views, 1,000 views, 100,000 views, I'm going to make XYZ amount. The one truth that you must know about YouTube is nothing is predictable, because you're not going to determine what content anybody is going to like. So if you're making film for YouTube, just have at the back of your mind that it's a 50-50 thing. It might favor you, it might not favor you. In fact, some content that you may even call trash may end up being the content that will make the biggest money on YouTube. Meanwhile, some other content that you may see like, oh, this is top notch, you get to YouTube and you will even perform very well. Another important secret I want to tell you this, quote me anywhere, if you are making a Nigerian content for YouTube community, please note, the people we call the Asaba film actors sell more on YouTube than the people we refer to as Lagos actors. I just had to use that difference, to create that differential maybe segments, yeah, so that you will know the people I'm talking about. You see all those people that are actors that are majorly in Africa Magic Peak, they are majorly the people you say, oh, these are the Southeast or the Asaba film actors. A lot of their films perform better on YouTube compared to the people that we see as the cinema face. I think that's the major difference. Compared to those people we call the cinema face. That's one fact that you can take anywhere and cash it. If you like, you can doubt me, but you have to do your own research and find out. So if you want to make a film that will do well in the YouTube market, consider some of those faces there, and also consider some of the kind of storylines that they have, because we have a bulk of people, a whole great army that are dedicated to watching their film. I mean, it's great. So if you want to make a film for YouTube, note that you may or may not make back your money. Number three is VOD, video on demand, and that's where the big guys play. I mean, the Netflix, the Iroko TV, the Ibaka TV, name them. Any video on demand platform you can ever think about. Some of them acquire content, some of them commission content, some of them are interested in high profile content, some of them are interested in our local content. Either ways, but they are one of the, as it is right now in Nigeria, they're one of the channels that pay better than any other channel. I can't think of any other channel that is buying more than Netflix. But I always tell people this: if you want to make film for Netflix, and you have heard that Netflix maybe buys up to like $100,000, just know that you have to spend up to $30,000 or $40,000 to make the kind of film that Netflix is going to acquire for $100,000. So don't, rush to make a film for a platform when you don't have maybe the needed technical know-how, the budget, or whatever, because you may just be making mockery of yourself, and at the end of the day, you may end up spending the little that you have and you don't get the distribution deal. So VOD is one of the key distribution channels, partly because the world is going into smartphones. People are now more convinced watching films with their smartphone, watching films with their tablets and all of that. So the world is shrinking into a global village, so that's why you have more people. In fact, the last time I checked, Netflix has over $196 billion value. Come on, that's some good money there. All right, and they're acquiring, really. They're commissioning a lot of works, and maybe you should consider that when next you're making it. Or you consider Iroko TV, or you consider Ibaka TV. Almost all the VOD, they acquired original content for their platform. So if you're making a film and you want to get to their standard, watch the kind of cast they prefer, watch the kind of storylines that work there. Like I always say, film is business, even if you are doing it as an art. If you want to produce for a particular platform, don't produce the film that you love. Produce film that will sell in that platform. And one of the things you must do is to research. Find out what VOD, the videos on demand, people acquire. Find out the kind of cast they use, find out the kind of storyline, find out what sells, so that you can make a film that can sell. Make films that sell until you get to the point where you can now make a film that you love and people will ask you to sell to them. Until you get to that point, keep making films that is great, but most importantly, films that is sellable. Next is the TV. All right, that's another channel of distribution. But please, before I go on, make sure if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now. Please take a moment and subscribe right now. Hit that subscription button right there. All right, it's red in color, I believe. And of course, turn on your notification button, click that bell so that it can sound ping, so that anytime I post a content like this, you're able to know that I have posted a new content. Okay, I said TV. Now, there are so many kinds of television stations that you can sell to. Some are cable TV, yes, and those are include, for Nigerian audience, those include the African Magic, the Rock TV, the there are many on cable. As long as they're on cable TV, many of them acquire high, some of them acquire very low. In fact, as it is right now, the people that pay the highest sum of money is between African Magic and Rock TV. The rest that are on cable TV literally pay very little. That's the honest truth. So the moment your movie cannot make it to African Magic and your movie cannot make it to Rock TV and you want to sell to a TV station, you're already in trouble. So just know that you are limited. The number of people that you can sell to when you're making film for TV is quite limited. So it's important that if it's okay, you should do your research. At least have somebody in-house that can give you an idea of when they are buying, because these TV stations, they buy at a particular point in time. It's not all the time that they buy. All right, so make sure that you know when they are buying, so that you don't shoot and at the end of the day, especially if they are your primary target, if your primary target is to shoot for TV stations, all right, the rest, like the terrestrial TV station, those ones that are not really on cable, those ones they seldom buy, they hardly buy. All right, what they usually do is they ask you to even pay them for airtime, and then they air your film and you have to go and get adverts to play in your own film. So that's majorly what they do. So if you want that kind of market, maybe you have access to people who can advertise in your film, then maybe you can consider terrestrial TV. Maybe that can work for you. But if you know you don't have that contact, you can't get in advertisers to put their content on your film, please don't go to terrestrial, because you're going to end up using your own money to pay for airtime, and at the end of the day, you're not going to make back anything. So know what kind of TV station you want to sell to and understand when they are buying. My number 4 is cinema, of course. That's the big screen, the theater, and what have you. Those ones are originally it was not effective in Nigeria, but after Silverbird started off, it started picking up, and right now Nigerian audience has also gotten used to the cinema, and that's the big screen, and people can now actually go to watch movies. But let me give you one secret, and I do that all the time. You see, when you want to shoot for cinema, maybe you are casting for the cinema, do your research. And I always say that when you think about the number of screens and cinema and theater rather that is in western part of Nigeria, that's Lagos, Ibadan, all the southwest zone, and think about the one that is in the north, and think about the number that is in the east, you will know that the cinema business is actually domiciled in the southwest. So if you are making a film that you want to distribute and you really want to make good money off your film and your primary target is the cinema, please make sure that you get, this might sound sentimental, but that's true, make sure that you get casts that the southwestern people can relate to. There are so many people who are superstars in the southeast, but they don't know them in southwest. So also there are so many people who are superstars in southwest, they don't know them in southeast. But now you are distributing for big screen, you are distributing for theater, and you want to make your money. So make sure that you select casts that are relevant more to where your film will screen more. All right, so don't just cast anyhow. These are part of the business that you need to put into consideration. So if your primary target is to do a film or to make a film that will be distributed in Nigerian cinema, make sure that you balance your cast. I'm not saying you should cast from just southwest. No, you should have, for me, like what Kunle does, is Kunle Afolayan does more of Pan-African film. I mean, that allows him to sell his film across almost every place in Africa. So if you can, do a Pan-Nigerian film, if there's anything like that, across different regions of Nigeria, get their stars, get the star from the north, the star from the southwest, the star from the southeast, fix them together. That's one thing that the big guys at the Moabudu, like the Kunles, like the Omonobolis, they have successfully done that. So they'll be able to infuse all this. So when you come to the southwest, they have their queens and kings, and they use them. When you go to the east, they have their queens and kings, and they use them. You go to the north, that will guarantee your money back. Then you can now surround them with other talents. So if you are, going for the big screen, make sure that first and foremost your sound is top notch, your light is top notch, your budget is top notch, your cast is top notch, and you know exactly what to do. Another con of big screen is that you must have money. Money for publicity, because in cinema, your film is as good as, let's say, 30 to 40%. The rest is majorly how well you're able to do your publicity. So do you have the money for your publicity? If you do have money for publicity, then you can try big screen. The last on my list is the festival. All right, film festivals across the world. Now, most up and coming filmmakers, young talented filmmakers, use film festivals to announce their arrival, and that's how it should be. But it's not meant for them alone. It's meant for everybody who is a filmmaker. It's festival of film. Apart from the fact that it exposes your film to a broader audience, it also brings you, closer to contacts, networks, because that's what film is all about. If you are able to expand your network, then you will definitely become a better filmmaker, because one contact that you get from film festival can change your career forever. So film festival is one, though nobody is going to, most film festivals don't have money rewards, but some film festivals actually have money rewards. Like, for instance, the biggest in Nigeria, I would say, is African International Film Festival. In fact, I would say it's one of the biggest in Africa. Apart from it and the other one in Egypt, there are very few others, and Zimbabwe also. There are very few other film festivals that can match African International Film Festival, that's Afri. So it holds here in Nigeria, usually every November. And you should attend. You should attend Abuja International Film Festival. You should attend Coast City Film Festival. You should attend all the film festivals that you can ever think of. The more and more film festivals you attend, all right, the more and more you get to meet people, network, watch other films, see how people are experimenting, see how people are making good movies. So apart from maybe the money reward you might get if your film wins any award in the festival, you might as well be able to form good relationships that can help your acting career. All right, and so film festival is one other major way of distribution. It can also help you to get an international distribution. If your film makes it to an international film festival, chances are that you're going to meet a distributor who might have interest in it, and who knows, he might just want to distribute your film in countries that you have never even imagined. All they just need to do is to subtitle it. After all, the subtitle film done in Chinese, and we watch it here, don't we? So the more film festival you attend, the more likely you are going to get more contacts, expand your networks, and at the end of the day, probably get bigger and better distribution channel. There you have it, my 5 key distribution channels available for you as a filmmaker, whether you're in Nigeria, Africa, or in the world, anywhere you are, as long as you watch cinema. That these are the 5 key, channels of distribution. I hope you liked this video. Please, if you do, leave a comment below. Let me know whether you like it or not. If you do like it, let me know what you like about the video, and if you don't like it, please let me know what you don't like about the video, and please give me a thumbs up if you like it, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button, because like I said, I drop fresh content every week in, week out, and I'm glad that you see them, because that's the reason why I'm making this video. All right, please don't forget to tell somebody that Uchawo channel is where you come to get the best of conversation when it comes to film, talent, and everything that has to do with the industry generally. All right, until we meet again next week, thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.